made possible by a grant from Homestake Mining.
With saints of Clement and of Paul, Cornwall, my land, Cornwall, my home, beloved land of one and all.
Dearly beloved, there is nothing in this book that can express my feelings at this moment. A man taken abruptly from his wife and bairn in the prime of his life. There are no words written anywhere that can make sense of that, so I won't try. To those who've come today to mourn the loss of Jack Wales and to comfort his widow, I vow to remember him and them in my prayers daily. And I enjoin you to do the same. And to those that have come to bury him, I say this: you who advise resistance to the law and urge upon the working men deeds of violence under hopes of accomplishing your own ends are the worst enemies the working men have. I order you to look inside yourselves and ask if the only way to protect your interests is to cut down one of your own.
Thy granite cliffs around protecting from storm and tempest.
So the Reaper's laid his hand on you. I'm sorry. I'm sorry to say I'm not surprised, that is. Jack Wales was a headstrong man. I'm no more shocked to hear of his demise than I am to see you here.
Mr. McTavish.
Here at the Melodion headquarters for orphans and widows. Wherever there's strife or problems or trouble, to McTavish they fly on the double. I wonder if I could have myself bottled and sell me.
Mr. McTavish, I've come to offer me services full time.
Have you now? A full-time employee? Well, that's very nice indeed. If I had full-time work. But with the strike, things have slowed down. I could hardly pay all those who I've held over.
Mr. McTavish, don't make me beg. I've no way to pay my rent. I must have food. I must have work.
Well, you could work the lunch and supper crowds for chips only, which you'll have to split with the other girls. As for your living quarters, I suppose you could stay back here. But no kids.
Arnold McTavish, the old cheapskate. 'Twere easier to pluck gold from solid quartz than from the pockets of his waistcoat. Here's a riddle for you. Puzzle it out if you can. McTavish earns little selling food and drink, but the gold miner's strike hits him harder than most think.
And where was the child born, Miss Wales?
Marysville. The 27th of February, 1862.
When did you leave there?
2 years ago, our farm got flooded out. We came to Grass Valley and Jack took up mining.
And the child was baptized?
In Marysville.
And have you got the certificate with you?
No, we lost it in the flood.
It doesn't matter. Now, I must explain to you how things are here, Mrs. Wales. Billy's board, instruction, and all of his wants will be met by the sisters. But half orphans are expected to have their board paid, if at all possible. And the charge is $5 per week. Now, have you any skills by which you may be able to earn that?
Well, not really. Only
Yes.
I might be able to pay that much.
Oh, you have a job then?
Well, sort of.
I see. And where might you be working?
At the Melodeon. I'll be serving as a waitress.
That's a tavern.
Kindly record the facts, sister, and leave the interpretation to me. Now, what will you be serving there, Mrs. Wales? Food?
Yes.
Oh, good. They serve food in restaurants. Mrs. Wales is to be working in a restaurant. Write it down, sister. And where will you be staying?
There.
Come again? I didn't hear you.
She said she's going to be staying there. So it's a boarding house as well. How convenient. Many of our single mothers are staying at boarding houses. Sister, please record that Mrs. Wales is going to be staying at a boarding house in Grass Valley. And that will be all, sister. We will take care of the boy. You do what you have to, but look out for yourself.
We're in the Miners' League, and we hear you've been using giant powder.
That's right, what of it?
Here, use this thing.
B,
Get it! You're dead! Die!
Hello, my name's Beth.
I'm Tish. I'm a whole orphan. Are you a half orphan or a whole orphan?
I think he's abandoned.
Do you want to be friends?
Dead! Die!
Now listen, men. We've gone about as far as we can go with this. We've got to reopen the mine. There are a few thousand Chinese lately released from railroad construction, and I've been authorized to hire them.
You can't threaten us, White. You bring in the strike breakers, and the Miners' League will shut Grass Valley down.
But before taking such extreme measures, I make you the following offer and pledge, in the hopes that you'll come to your senses and return to your jobs. I will today conduct a test of the giant powder, and after the blasts are fired, I will be the first to enter the drifts and inhale whatever noxious vapors might be found there.
It's a trick. You'll use some fire powder and cook it up special.
Yeah, you will.
The choice is yours, men. Those who want to work, take a time card and sign it. The others are free to leave the premises.
Well now, the earth under Grass Valley trembled again with giant powder shaking loose Mr. Bourne's gold. But the miners... Ah, there's a resourceful bunch. They get their share of it.
Fire in the hole!
Struck a new shoot, have they? All from the Empire? Ah, the fruits of giant powder. $45 ounces?
65.
Oh, yes, of course, 50. 60 at least. Oh, no, Mr. Shin. I don't want to short you. This must be milled to make sure of its weight and value. It's hard to find buyers on such short notice, but I assure you, I'll have it by Friday or Saturday. Friday, yes, Friday. The latest.
Friday it better be, Mr. McTavish. There's a lot of people expecting some return.
I have no idea how difficult it is.
Well, I brought the letter from the bishop this morning, but I don't think there was any.
Sisters, I have grave news to share with you. Father Dalton has not been successful in obtaining financial assistance for the orphanage.
Father Dalton? But he was able to obtain the loan to build the orphanage in the first place.
Well, some are blessed with the facility of borrowing money, others with paying it back. I have a letter here from the bishop. Sister Morgan, anywhere and everywhere throughout this diocese, you have my fullest consent to collect for the orphanage in Grass Valley, of which you have charge. You may assure the cheerful giver in California and Nevada that I will make the best and only return to them in my power, namely to say Mass for them once a month whilst I live.
What does he mean, collect?
The Sisters of Mercy are not a begging order, Sister Morgan.
Orders are as orders do, and the time is for doing. If we don't raise $6,000 in E-flat, the orphanage is going to close.
But we've never ventured out of Grass Valley, much less Nevada County. How will we manage?
Where will we go, Sister Morgan?
Go where the money is, sisters.
Here's the pig, boys. A real one.
Aye, and here's to Mr. Bourne's gold.
May God bless the giant powder, every stick and fuse of it.
Quick flying down here, take a minute. No, you don't.
Well, be buying the wife over and over.
A coat! Better not drink away the sleeves and the buttons before it's paid for, had we?
You'll want some while the getting's good.
I don't want their money.
You're woman on your own. You may not want it, but you need it. Think about Billy.
Here's to friendship, Mr. Shin. And to commerce. I have a certain facility for commerce. If money had legs, it would walk to me.
It's moving your way quick enough on the wings of foolishness. You'll have every dollar back and tucked away by nightfall.
You may be right. Although I do wish they would spend quieter. I worry that all this clamor may bring unwanted attention.
Song and laughter, and with children being threatened with eviction. What do you think of that, sister?
I think that where there's song and laughter, there may be money.
Sister Judith? That's a tavern, you know.
I'm well aware of what it is. However, and I quote, "It is not the healthy who need the doctor, but the sick. I have not come to call the righteous, but sinners to repentance." Luke 5, verse 31.
Top of the morning to you, Captain.
Out of work without a penny, out of heart without a friend, seeking one among the many, with a helping hand to lend. I have trod the country road, I have city through. Drive me not away in anger, for there's nothing better.
We've come to collect for the orphanage.
Well, hold it, everybody. Stop right there. I've got a couple things to say. I've got a couple things to say. Step from the darkness into the light. We're coming to your judgment day. We're coming to your judgment day. Every time you leave the mine with your pockets weighted low, you come in here, spend it on beer. That's where all your money goes. All you miners, you cousin jacks, I know you're quick and smart. But from this worn-out land, you've got a calloused hand, and now you've got a calloused heart. Well, good people, shame on you. You can't have your cake and eat it too. You might fool the people here and there. You've got golden pockets, plenty to share. I know just what I'm talking about. You don't want the man back there to find you out. We're going to all stand up and shout. Shame on you. Ante up now. Shame on you. Now's the time. Shame on you. It's for the orphanage men. It's all up to you. It's all up to you.
You still hanging around? There ain't much more to tell. Young Jenny Wales. You can imagine how peeved McTavish was. But she'll get another employer presently, as you'll see. Provided you get out of here and back up there where you belong. Now get out of here. Hold on a minute. Doing a little high grading on me now, are you? Well, you keep it. Compliments of old Sheen.
it again, this time a little more slowly.